today we are going to be working on the Audi with a product we've never tried before. So this is not new, but this is CarPro's MetalliCut. Why we bought this?
Well, so the exhaust of the Audi here, and actually on the old trusty Mondeo over there,
we haven't introduced that one.
Has actually got steel or the sort of chrome tip, basically exhaust section of the exhaust, and over time, if you don't clean that, you get like a lot of, I guess, exhaust soot that sort of builds up on the outside. And I've tried brake buster, a real high dilution of APC and stuff like that, and you can't get it off. It's like real baked on there. So what we're going to try and do today is we're going to give them a real superficial clean just to get whatever kind of random stuff that's on there, and then we're going to try and use this MetalliCut, and we're going to try and buff our way through to try and polish the end of these exhaust tips up.
Yeah, because at the moment they almost look matte black, don't they? But it's really ununiform. You see a bit of the actual chrome or the aluminium, whatever it is that's shining through. But I'm quite excited to try this. We have opened the bottle, and boy, it is potent.
I recommend that you do not sniff this. Like it'll basically kill your senses, and kill all your nose hairs basically for life. So just be real careful with that, and you probably want to use gloves and stuff like that as well.
I'd say so. We'll kind of walk you along that as we go through the process, and let you know if the smell gets any better for us or if we pass out. So we'll show you these exhaust tips and see what we're working with.
So this is exactly what we're talking about here. You can see this one here, there's a little bit of silver coming through, and this one here is completely black. So these have been cleaned, believe it or not, in previous to this, but hopefully we're going to try and remove all this black soot around the outside of these and make them look a little bit nicer.
And the other side looks pretty much
exactly the same.
You know, you've got a little bit of that silver shining through, but I mean that one on the left is pretty bad. I think that's the worst of the four. It's going to be an interesting transformation to see just how easy this product cleans that up. Now before we start this process, we want to just make sure that the exhaust is thoroughly clean. So what we've got here is some soap in a bucket. We've got our trusty brake buster, and then a couple of what we typically use as wheel tools in there. And we're just going to wash them thoroughly before we start this polishing process. The exhausts are all cleaned down now. We're all ready to start our application process of MetalliCut.
So we did manage to clean out a little bit. You can see like around here where you can see little bits of the black is gone.
It's still really splotchy though.
It is, and you're gonna have to scrub really hard to get that off. So I think you need to step up and find another product to clean these up. There's a couple of ways you can do this. You can put your product on a microfiber towel. You could pop your product on a small polishing disc like this one. This is quite aggressive. Or you could, if you had those little, what are they called? Those like little applicator pads. You could probably use that. Something that is able or small enough that you can get in here, but also something that you can contour around the outsides of here. So something that's quite flexible, I guess, is probably what you're going to need to do. But I'm going to try with this rag or this microfiber to see how that works first.
So we applied probably what, a pea-sized drop on the...
Yeah, I just smeared a bit on here.
And then it's just elbow grease. You can use this on a machine polisher as well, so you can either hand or machine this. What you're probably going to find quite difficult in an area like this is actually getting a polishing machine in there. You probably could get your nano in and reach underneath, but when you're working on the top of an area like this, you're going to find it a bit challenging. I think you're going to need a whole lot more elbow grease than...
I think so. I was trying to get away lightly with it.
As with anything detailing, start your least aggressive option and then move your way up as and when you need to. So we've got very minimal transfer, but some transfer onto that pad there. I think this is something that's going to take a lot more effort than
we had
you anticipate. And I guess a lot of that comes down to how long has this, this been baking on the surface, essentially.
There's also every chance that this product is not the best for this, and that we need to find something else. I mean, this is our first
time trying any product in this category. We're going one level up again. This is not quite steel wool, but it's like a dishcloth. I'd say this is probably medium in the abrasiveness scale, as opposed to something like steel wool, which will probably be right at the top.
It's not really cutting the mustard though.
It's not. This section here, this is particularly bad, isn't it? And it's just not wanting to...
I mean, around the outside, around here, it has all come off.
Yep.
Like I can feel it, like before you could feel it was quite gritty, or there's a little bit of grit there, but this is all quite nice and smooth. But this ring around here is really hard to get off. And I think this just comes down to maybe the product isn't quite right, and also the number of years that this has probably been like this, baked on here.
There are other products in this category that we can have a look at that probably we might need to look at, to be honest, if we want to get these exhausts looking like new. This, to be honest, from what I can see so far in here, looks like we're going to clean them nicely. I don't think that we're going to, with the products or the applicators and cloths, etc. that we've got here, I don't think we're going to be able to remove that. Mind you, the side of that exhaust is looking quite nice.
So it has come definitely a long way. I'm still not happy with that result though.
So we'll keep scrubbing here and update you as what process works or what doesn't.
Okay, so we've tried microfiber, no good. We tried that steel spongy wool thing, no good. We tried this, which is Rupe's, I guess...
It's the most abrasive 3-inch pad. They don't actually make those ones anymore.
And no good. Well, okay.
We've destroyed the pad.
Steel wool, probably the best option, I think. So what I've found with this product is that this is probably okay if you were doing, I guess, light cleaning, or if you had a car that had a little bit of soot build up around the outside. But if you want real heavy cleaning, I think probably 100% you want to go with steel wool with this product. But I think, what do you reckon? I think we need to try and find something that's a little bit more aggressive than this.
Yeah, look, I think what would be interesting is to try a different product along with the same method that we've tried today, to see if we don't need to pull the steel wool out, to see if we can do something a little bit less aggressive.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still having to use a lot of elbow grease with this combination, and you can see here I still haven't got it all off, so I'm going to have to work a lot harder to try and get in here. Really easy to clean the outside of this, like that didn't take too much, so that's why I think this product is probably like a mild to medium type, I guess, product to clean this up. I definitely think you need more. So if you had a car that just needed a little bit of touch up, a little bit of work, just a little bit of enhancement, then this is totally fine, absolutely. But if you're going into something really heavy duty than this, then I think we need to try and find another product for you. And I don't know what that is. This is my first experience with something like this, but I think we need to find something more. There might not be anything more out there, and this might be it. But if you've got a situation like this, then you're going to have to put a lot more elbow grease in than you think. This is not a quick job. And what we're working with here, just for context, is a Audi SQ5, and it's a 2014. So potentially what we have been trying to tackle here is build up that's built over the last 8, going on 9 years. Because the elbow grease Glenn's using as well here, the whole car is rocking with that pressure that you're having to put down on it. So we've just elbow greased with that steel wool for probably the last 15 minutes, trying to get these as close as we can to perfect. So what we're struggling with there is just the area below that exhaust lip where Glenn's pointing out. Really struggling no matter which way we try and clean that, and the amount of pressure and time we spent on there. Probably spent at least 5 minutes concentrated just in that area. So what we're going to do is just finishing up the bottom of these. We're going to rinse them down again, hit them with brake buster again, give them another clean, and then we'll come back with the end result. So that pretty much wraps up this little project here, and I mean, we did a pretty good job. From where we started from to where we ended, we managed to clean them up pretty good. There are definitely a few spots here and there that we haven't managed to remove, so am I totally satisfied with the result? Probably not. Do I think we need to find a product that could take this to the next level? Probably, and I'm not quite sure what product that is, but we'll definitely try and see what we can come up with. Don't get me wrong though, I think this product has done a pretty reasonable job at getting it to this level, and I think if you had a car that was not as far gone on these exhausts, maybe, you know, just want a little bit of touch up, or you just want a little bit of enhancement, then this is probably enough. This will definitely get the job done on those more milder applications. But that's it from Omni Garage. Stay tuned with us, give us a thumbs up if you like this type of content, and we'll keep chasing these results so you guys don't have to spend money on products to try and find a perfect result. Thanks for watching.